Good morning, SKN. I'm Jamie Morris.
And I'm Cortense Carty.
Thank you for joining us for another edition of this great start to the week. We proceed now with the latest in local news. This from SKNIS. The Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis joined the international community on Saturday, March 18th, to observe Global Recycling Day 2023, a day set aside to raise awareness about the importance of recycling and encourage people to take action to reduce waste and protect the environment. Global Recycling Day was created in 2018 to help recognize and celebrate the importance recycling plays in preserving our precious primary resources and securing the future of our planet. It is a day for the world to come together and put the planet first. During a brief address to commemorate the day, the Honorable Dr. Joyle Clark, Minister of Environment and Climate Action, said that recycling is extremely important as it helps to protect the environment and support sustainable development. Dr. Clark said, quote, "Recycling is good for the environment. We are a part of the environment. The food we eat is a part of the environment. The water we drink is a part of the environment. The very homes we live in are a part of the environment. We must care about recycling. We must be intentional in changing our behavior towards recycling," end quote.
As we continue now, our second story comes from Win Media SKN. The St. Kitts Nevis National Council on Drug Abuse Prevention organized several substance misuse prevention and intervention initiatives at the schools in the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. The program, Living Above the Influence, a primary school substance education and prevention program, aims to sensitize the nation's youth on the effects of substance abuse and teach students how to make informed decisions when encountering situations relating to drugs. The first parenting session was held at the Tabernacle Community Center in St. Kitts on Thursday, March 16, 2023. The facilitator was Miss Conjay Byron, a locally based licensed mental health counselor in North and South Carolina, an emotional processing and parenting coach, and the owner of a Safe Space Parenting. The program was made possible through a collaboration of the St. Kitts and Nevis Council on Drug Abuse and the Ministry of Education Guidance Counseling Unit.
And from SKNIS, faith-based representatives were exposed to an insightful presentation on intellectual property and the church during an interactive discussion organized by the Ministry of Ecclesiastical and Faith-Based Affairs. The educational session was held on Thursday, March 16, at the Pentecostal Church of God at Boone Avenue. Jean Williams, registrar of the session, which touched on many issues including intellectual property concepts, copyright and the church, international treaties, live stream violations, and more. More than 40 persons participated in the session. Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Ecclesiastical Affairs, the Honorable Dr. Jeffrey Hanley, said that the government planned the session to ensure that original content created by faith-based community is protected while respecting regional and international intellectual property rights.
And now for our local weather, it's partly cloudy with a high of 82 and a low of 74 degrees Fahrenheit. As we go to a break, stay tuned. Regional and international news up next.
Yeah.
An exotic experience.
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
Thank you for joining us this morning on Good Morning SKN. As we continue now with regional news, this from Loop Caribbean. Grenada's Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell is calling for the establishment of a regional social security fund, noting the number of social security schemes across the region. Speaking to the business community here, Mitchell said the fund was necessary given that the schemes around the Caribbean are under strain. Mitchell said it is important discussions are held on creating a regional social security net with funds that can be utilized to create more employment opportunities for our people. He said, in quote, "I heard that Barbados National Insurance Scheme has had significant challenges. It is not just Barbados, it is every single NIS fund within the region. In Antigua, if you go sometimes, they tell you to come back next week. In Grenada, we are beginning to make significant adjustments to ensure the fund itself isn't bankrupt in 10 years' time. It amazes me that we have all these individual funds and we have not consolidated as a region so that we can get more bang for our buck." That is true. Most countries, and I know Antigua for sure, is in trouble.
Wow. Moving on to the international scene from Good News Network, and hopefully this is good news. International delegates that attended the 8th annual Our Ocean Conference in Panama in March have pledged billions to protect the world's oceans. Participants made 341 commitments worth nearly $20 billion, including funding for expanding and improving marine protected areas and biodiversity corridors. The president of Panama, Laurentino Cortizo Cohen, who inaugurated the event, said the conference was an opportunity for countries of the world to hold frank conversations with the purpose of committing ourselves to actions for the preservation and strengthening of life in the ocean. Cohen said in a statement, quote, "As Panamanians, we inhabit a narrow strip surrounded by blue. To protect it, we should all think of the ocean as a source of life and recognize it as a great ally in our fight against the climate and biodiversity crises." End quote.
Yes.
Well, there you have it for the latest for today. We'll be back in a moment with Akila Baron Nisbet. Stay tuned.
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
Dreamy Decor specializes in flowers for all events, from birthdays to weddings and any other special occasion. What's a better way to express to the people you love than by providing the finest selection of beautiful flowers and gifts? So when you think of flowers, think of us, Dreamy Decor.
Yeah.
An exotic experience.
Especially when I say representing for Good Morning SKN, we say good vibes, good energy, blessings and love. Voice rated.
Greetings, my lovely people. I'm Chantel, residing in Taiwan. 12 hours time difference. It's nighttime here, morning time in SK. I'm busy and on the go. However, I always manage to keep up to date with what's happening in SK. All thanks to Good Morning SKN. Good morning SKN. Ciao, bango!
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom. No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
Good morning, SKN. Wagwan. Yo, this Ben's Lad coming to you live from Jamaica. You see it already, see me. See me, I say Caribbean people stand up and I love this. This show is very important. You understand me? Yeah, man. Studio 327. Ben's Lad, a big up. See me, I say. I'm the whole innocent crew. Yeah, man. More love.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. Joining us now is life coach and motivational speaker Akila Byron Nisbet. Akila believes in the power of owning your identity, being the author of your story, and watching how successful you can become by doing so. Good morning, Akila, and welcome to Good Morning SKN.
Good morning. Thank you guys for having me.
Our pleasure indeed. Now let's dive into the meat of it.
Yay.
So what led you to this path of becoming a motivational coach?
Well, the past 6 years of my life, we know where that was in the politics. When you're in politics, you meet and interact with a lot of people. During that time, I had quite a number of one-on-ones. I actually enjoyed having one-on-ones because it was an opportunity to hear from people and to be able to share with them as well. I even remember, even my earlier days, my secretary would be like, "You're staying too long with one person, why are you doing that?" And I'm like, I can't help it. If you come in with an issue, we're gonna sit down and we're gonna find a solution. And so it was just an easy transition. It's something that I always wanted to do. How can I help someone? How can I help you to improve yourself, your life, your circumstances for you, your family, your community? And so it was just a natural progression to move into being a motivational speaker and life coach. How can I educate and empower and inspire others to be able to be their best versions of themselves? I mean, you've seen so many people who have so many different obstacles, and you know you can overcome those obstacles if you just have the right motivation, if you have the right resources, and if you get the information that you need to make it possible. And so how can I help them do that? And so that was my lead into there.
Oh, nice. I like that.
All right. Something that you said I want to pick up on, because obviously if you were having these one-on-ones in the capacity that you held at the time, then you also were in a position to ensure that you would be able to do things that would help them specifically. Being a life coach now, not necessarily having that same power, how have you been able to bridge that gap?
But you know where they can get help from. You know the resources that are available. So it's a matter of pointing them in the direction of this is how you can get that help. And really and truly, when you're a life coach, you're helping persons with their own goals. What are your goals and ambitions in life? You're helping them think about, where do I want to be 5, 10, 15 years from now? And you're helping them through that process of finding out who they are and what it is they're capable of and how can I get there. And so you don't really need to have access to the government resources in that way, where yes, I had access to, you can call up a ministry and say this person needs this type of assistance, but in a lot of the instances when I had my one-on-one, it's most of the time, you can do this yourself. And that is what motivated me. The power of helping you to understand you can do it yourself. Here's how.
I like that. Yeah, you can do it yourself, and here's how. So you mentioned a few life lessons that you would have had to teach. What is the main one you would think that stood out to you amongst meeting these various persons?
With a lot of our young people, self-confidence. Something as simple as self-confidence. I don't think I can. What if people think this way of me or see me that way? It's about bringing out in them, there is something unique about you, and there's some kind of gift or talent that you're blessed with. Let's see how we can use that to create what you want for your life. Like Jamie, hiding his vocal talent.
That seems to be a recurring theme, Akila.
Marcy likes to get him for that,
Because that's what he does. I remember when we were in school, every time I had the opportunity, when we were having devotions, I'd be like, Jamie, you're singing. I wasn't asking, I was telling him, Jamie, you're singing.
By the way, okay?
I like that. Marcy's the same way. Every time she comes, she tries to get Jamie.
So your Jamie not sing anymore?
Gian got me to commit to singing on the 28th. So
awesome.
I'll be singing.
So then we'll be able to hear that wonderful voice of yours then.
Okay.
Great.
I see not much has changed. All right, so let's talk now about some of the other areas that you focus on when you're focusing on life coaching. Self-confidence being one of them. I know that's a major one. What are the others?
Learning to hold yourself accountable. So for many persons, I would like to be able to own my own business at some point in my life. Let's try to start by helping you identify at what point. Let's be specific here. Let's set a time bound. And then let's hold ourselves to getting there, accountable to getting there. And so for most people, I didn't get this done, but why? What it is that you did that stopped you from getting there? What you could have done differently to help you get there. Most people always find some external reason as to why something didn't happen, instead of starting to look internally and recognizing that if I put my foot down on myself to achieve what I want to achieve, it is possible. How have I been in my way in terms of being able to achieve those things? And then we start setting tasks. These are the things that I need to do in order to be able to achieve what I'm trying to achieve. Set a time frame for getting them done. And then between them and myself, I'm just checking in. Did you already complete that task? You ready for the next one? So it's teaching you how to make sure you stay on top of what you need to do and holding yourself accountable to being able to get or achieve whatever it is that you are trying to achieve. And so accountability, self-confidence, and then there's time management.
Oh man, yeah.
We just let time pass and we procrastinate. A lot of the times because it seems overwhelming. How am I supposed to do all of these things and be able to achieve all of this in 24 hours? That's because you're looking at the big picture instead of the smaller task. Everything can be broken down into smaller tasks in order to be able to achieve whatever you're trying to achieve. And if you set out those tasks, prioritizing. All right, then, in order for me to be able to go off to university, I first need to know what it is I'm interested in doing. So I have to do some research. I'm going to set some time on Saturday between 5 and 6 to research this topic. Instead of saying, I want to go to university, but there's so many universities, so many things I can possibly do. Let's break it down one by one. Take a deep breath. We'll be able to make it through it. And each task, assign a time frame to getting it done. And we work towards time management that way. You learn how to manage your time effectively, set out your tasks effectively to get things done.
I think I'd be your client from hell, but anyway. I don't like lists. I get what you're saying, and it makes sense. And it's not necessarily a list. It's
Don't
just
look at it as a
manageable tasks.
list.
Right.
Look at it as your intentions.
Okay.
This is what I'm intending to do. Because in order for me to be able to achieve what I need, I have to work intentionally to get it done.
Okay, I feel inspired already. It's working.
Not gonna be a client from hell anymore.
He's not going to be.
Not at all.
Jamie's not going to work for me.
So, Akila, we know that you're a strong leader. You were a former minister of government. You spoke on self-esteem. So, how did, with a lot of the negative backlash that we sometimes get being in powerful positions, I'm going to coin it that way, how did you manage to maintain who you are? How did you keep your self-esteem intact? Because we know sometimes we're attacked and we put on a brave face, but we're hurting inside. And how did you manage to be the strong leader that when I saw you, I would have seen?
Start with prayer.
Okay.
I do nothing without prayer.
Okay.
I am a strong believer that God takes care of everything and He takes care of His people. And so I start with prayer. Then with all the negative attacks, I had so many people ask me that question, and I tell them, well, how do you get over people saying all of these things about you, all these rumors? Number one, is it the truth? Number two, do the people who matter most know better? And number three, is it going to matter 5 days, 5 months, 5 years from now? And one of those answers to that question is no, yes, no. Then it's not something I need to be wasting my energy on. And I can focus instead on the things that are important and the tasks that I need to accomplish.
I like that.
Those are skills that you had to learn.
Yes.
I know they didn't come easily. So obviously that's something that you're teaching
that I'm trying to share with others. Because I believe that these are things that are worth sharing. We know how we achieve the hard skills. We can go to university, you can go to school, you can practice these hard skills enough time, but we fall short on the softer skills. And sometimes you just need that person who can encourage you and show you. These are the techniques that you can actually use to develop your self-confidence, to keep you motivated, to keep you on track with whatever task you need to get done. And it's having that cheerleader. I have a lot of cheerleaders behind me as well who keep me motivated. This is what you said you're going to do, Akila. Let's see it get it done. Like for instance, right now, my dad my dad is insisting that since I'm writing all these blogs, I might as well write a book. So he has given me a deadline until next year to complete this book. So I guess I'll be writing a book at some point. But it's about having those persons who believe that much in you as well, and who will be behind you. And that is what a life coach does, is they add that voice when you don't have it, to be behind you and motivating you and celebrating your small wins with you to keep you going.
All right. And on that note, we'll take a brief break, but we'll be back to continue this discussion in a moment. Stay tuned. Welcome back to GMSKN. We're speaking with Akila Byron Nisbet, life coach and motivational speaker, also blog writer.
Yep.
So let's talk about the blogs. How did you get into it? When did you begin? What do you write about?
My blogs. When I started first, it was I wanted to be able to share with persons who I really am, the things that motivate me. How did I get to where I am? And those things that keep me driven and going. So that's where it started. I had so many people asking me the questions like, how are you so confident? Or how do you stay motivated? Or how are you so positive? So I started the blog just to give you some insight on how do I do those things and why do I do them? And for people to learn a little bit more about me from a completely different lens. And that's how the blogs really started, an opportunity to share and help somebody else to grow from my own experiences. Weekly. Weekly. I missed last week. I apologize to anybody who was looking out for blog last week. I actually making some internal changes and preparing for a training session that I'm having. And time kind of passed on me. I'm sorry.
Sounds like you need a life coach.
Weekly. I started the blog and then I got completely distracted and it didn't finish on time. And I was like, oh, it's not good. This is not good. So I apologize, but my blog is posting today at 9 o'clock.
You heard it here first, 9 o'clock.
That's assuming we let her get out of here on time.
No, it's already scheduled.
Oh, it is? Okay, great.
It's already scheduled,
okay,
so that I can make sure it goes out on time and nothing distracts me.
So Jamie, you have to change your statement. She doesn't need a coach.
And I'm not distracting her.
You sure aren't. You sure aren't. So during the break, I was asking you. We had 3 ladies on last week that made, oh my gosh, some big transitions from where they started. You started out at the University of South Florida, magna cum laude with a Bachelor of Science in Management Information Systems. Then you go into politics, and now you're a motivational coach and a speaker.
Yeah.
How?
I was following my passion.
Okay.
And what I felt was my purpose, which is to, again, and it's going to sound like I'm repeating myself over and over and over, but to educate, to empower and inspire others to reach their fullest potential. Yes, I went to university. I was convinced that I was going to one day own my own computer software company, and I would be developing applications that would help people solve their business problems and make their work more efficient. I went off from University of South Florida. I went to Quinnipiac University to do my master's in that because I was convinced that is what I had to do. But then you see it's still that same line, helping people to be able to solve their problems and helping people to work more efficiently. Computer information systems, hidden behind computers. I'll have other people going out and being the face of the company while I sit behind the desk and do programming. Yes, I am a nerd, a programming IT nerd, and I love it still. Then the opportunity came to be of service, and it was still about how can I be able to help others, and this time on a larger scale, seated at the table where you'll be able to influence decisions that can help people and shape their lives. 6 years later, I'm no longer seated at that table, but that passion is still there. How can I and what can I do to help people change their lives? And how can I help you to be that better version of yourself? And how can I help you to explore all of your potential, tap into it, and make it something that it changes your life? And that's where life coaching came in. It's actually a conversation. I'm going to call you out. It was a conversation I had with Jay Black. And he said to me, you know, you can actually change people's life in a different way. Explore that. And so,
so somebody spoke into your life. I love it.
He did.
I love it.
Yes, Jonathan, thank you.
But thank you for that explanation. Now we know.
All right, so I want to ask you now, pretend that I am your client. I'm listening to you speak. And the question that I have for you is passion seasonal, or do we grow into it? Does it evolve over time?
It grows and evolves. It can start out in one form. I had a passion to help. I thought that passion would take me into computer science and developing programs that would help people do things in their life easier. It's now evolved into helping you on a personal level. How can I reach you on a personal level so that you'll be able to transform your life from inside out? And so it grew and evolved, but still the same passion.
So when you talk with your clients, is it that sometimes you're looking for that thread of commonality? Say their goals change, say circumstances change. You're still looking for what turned their light on 20 years ago, for instance.
When I work with clients, it's about pulling out from you what it is that you want and you desire. Let's hear from you the things that move you to action. Because the thing is, you continue to work at and you're motivated to do the things that you're passionate about. So let's find out about what it is that you're passionate about, what makes you wake up every day and will keep you going. And let's figure out how we can harvest that so that you'll be able to see the returns from it that could change your life. And so a coach isn't there to tell you. We give you guidance. It's about pulling out from you what it is that you want and desire for yourself.
So you get
and then helping you. It's about getting you to understand what it is that you want and you desire, and then to help you, give you tools and recommendations on how we can get you there and keep you motivated and accountable on the path.
I like that. And you speak about accountability. You had your first cohort of holding yourself accountable.
Yep.
And now there is a second one.
Yes, we're having another one on this Saturday.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. So we're preparing for that. It's going to be exciting, just as exciting as the first one. In my training sessions, I try to make them as open and interactive as possible. I'm here to share with you, but in sharing with you, you might have something or see something or know something that you didn't realize or recognize before that could be meaningful. So I allow you to share as well. And so, for instance, in the first cohort, we went through the entire day. The day was finished in no time because we were being open and sharing. These are the things that, the strategies that I'm sharing with you, and these are how I hold myself accountable. And then in doing that, they start thinking about all these opportunities that they can use or tap into to really be able to achieve what they're trying to achieve as well. And so because it's open, because it allows you to share, you're learning, but you're also pouring into others and it's giving that opportunity.
Makes sense.
That's interesting. That's, you know, as a teacher, I could appreciate that because I don't want to be the center of attention a lot of the time.
Exactly.
So to me, it's kind of a way that you ensure that you are not that, but then you're still learning going on.
Correct.
So I'm sure you've had a lot of interesting lessons come up from people. Is there anything that you can share?
Of course.
Anything that you're at liberty to share?
I think one of the main aims is that the realization for most of the members of that cohort that it is possible for me to be able to achieve what I'm trying to achieve this year. It is possible for me to be able to work on that goal, start that, and put myself out there to achieve what I need to achieve. And so even with that cohort, we stay in contact. And so I created a chat for all of us because during that session, everybody had to create their SMART goal on something that they want to be able to achieve this year or sometime in the future. Identify the tasks associated with it. And so the purpose of the chat is to keep you on target to achieving that. And so every day you would see members of the cohort saying, this is what I did today, and we all celebrate that small win with them. And it's also a means of motivation as well because you were able to share so much and you learned so much about the people in that room and you're able to inspire them to continue going as well. So it's not just about the training on the day, but also keeping up with you afterwards to make sure that whatever we shared and learned in that moment, you're able to take it and use it and spread it and be able to achieve what you're trying to achieve.
I'm listening to you and I think you should be a teacher as well because we need some teachers like you to get these kids on track.
Oh, that's what the training is about. I am actually teaching through the training sessions. And when you're a motivational speaker and you get the opportunity to share, and if you look at my blogs, that's how they're written as well. It's teachable moments. So here are some steps that you can use to be able to achieve whatever it is I'm talking about right now. So I am a teacher. Jamie, am I doing a good job?
Listen, you talk, you can keep talking, that's fine. You don't have to leave here before 9 o'clock. We're not going to keep you around. But as you mentioned the blog.
I still have a tour to do at the studio, so.
Oh, well, that's as you mentioned the blog, there's one that jumps out to me, and it's knowing when to let go.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't want to tell you why it jumps out to me. It's just very.
Why does it jump out to you? Is there something that you need to let go of?
No, I was teasing about that. No, but to me, we've had conversations here multiple times about relationships, which generally Cortensia raises.
Yeah, he just wants to put you out there.
Knowing when to let go. But I see the application in careers and relationships all through life. And I think it's one of those things that generally I don't think a lot of people appreciate, especially when you go to a motivational speaker or a life coach. You're not going to think, instantly, I need to learn to let go. You're going to think, this is my goal, I need to hold on to it.
Correct.
So explain that split for me.
Well, seasons. That's where it starts. Life comes in seasons. And every season calls for you to do something different and to be different. And there are times we get so comfortable in a season because it feels as if the season is what made me who I am, or it brought me to where I am, and so I don't want to let go of this season. I don't want to let go of this moment. But it was only there to teach you something and for you to get to that place. In order for you to continue your progression in life, you have to know when it's time for this season to pass, this goal has already been achieved, because I don't believe that you're letting go of the goal, but rather the goal have already been achieved. And so now it's time for me to see what's next and what it is that I have that's out that I still need to work on. Like, for instance, my husband, I was fortunate enough to find a life partner who thinks the way I think. And so for me, I set goals. I put my time bounds on my goals. This is something I've always done. And then once that goal is achieved, I'm already ready to make that next. What's next? Where do we go next? And so I was fortunate enough to have a partner that thinks the same way. And so we know when it's time to let go of this season of our lives and start to work on what's the next thing that I need to work on to achieve. How can I get to that next place that I need to get to? And so we're not going to just hang on because it feels good in this moment. It's already served its purpose. I've learned the lessons that I need to learn from this moment. And so now it's time to let go of that moment and move on to that next phase of the journey.
I like that. I like that.
Well said.
Wow. Well said indeed. Akila, I want to know, what motivates the motivator? Because sometimes when I go to your page, I see Dolly would have given you a few exercises and you're like, oh gosh, I can't do that anymore. So what motivates the motivator?
Is that you always know that there's something that you can offer. And if you stop, somebody's losing out on a message that you have for them, a lesson that you can impart to them, some kind of tool that you can empower them with, and an inspiration that they can use to keep going. And so that is what keeps me motivated. And then of course you're walking around the street. Just this morning the cleaner came on and she was like, Akila, I always go on your platform. I go and at the end of the day and I use it to just read and it just keeps me going. And when you hear that, that motivates you to keep going, because then you know there's somebody out there who's looking out for that next inspiration, that next thing that you can say or do to help them to be able to keep going as well. So the fact that I can keep you going keeps me going.
That's nice, because when I realize my day is not going well and I look on yourself and I see you have to plan in order to succeed, so you have to plan.
Correct.
And I mean, like, plan. Okay, fine, I hear you.
Because it's not going to get done if you don't know where you're headed. It becomes scrambled and you don't know which direction you're going, and you could be pulling all type of different directions and then nothing actually happens. So you have to make sure you plan.
So I go back to the plan.
I'm a crazy planner too, and sometimes it gets...
But you look so organized. Because I'm like she's telling me to plan and you're writing up there and be like, okay, she's planning, so I need to plan.
I literally have to put... That's have always been something that I do.
You write down.
Before time, I would be like, I had folks who would be like, Akila, you could just get going. I said, yeah, but we need to know. What if it doesn't work here? We have to make sure we know what's next. We have to always keep...
I am the same way. I call it contingency planning.
Correct.
And that's so very important.
Correct. If you fail to plan, then plan to fail.
Yeah, that's what you rightfully said.
I had an uncle who had a shop, and that was a saying that he had on the wall, and that stuck with me from very early. And then my dad would always be, Mr. Motivator himself, would always be in my ear, like every time I'm preparing for exams or whatever it is when I was younger. He was like, if you fail to plan, plan to fail. So if you fail, I know you didn't plan. So that like that stuff.
Thank you so much for that word from your dad, for sharing with us who you are. Again, the website is akilabyronnisbet.com. Looking out for the book. We can find the blogs. And of course,
see now, Daddy, you're getting the book.
Thank you, Dad. Much appreciated. Akila, always a pleasure catching up with you.
It was such a pleasure being here. I'll be back.
Yes, please.
This was fun. Before we started it, so make sure it's fun.
Yeah.
It really was fun. So thank you guys for having me. Thank
I won't
you for
put you on the spot this time because you're talking about me singing.
Yes.
Akila, I don't know how many of you guys know this. Akila can
This
sing.
is not about me. This is
You see
about
how this is called So the next time we're going to get you to sing Akila.
as long as you're singing with me.
That's fine. We used to do that before.
We used to do that before, yes. We were in school.
So you guys sure you don't want to like drop a line right now? So
No, we're not ready for that.
We have to prepare this outcome, you know what I'm saying?
I tried, guys. I tried.
We have to plan.
Yes.
Fair enough.
So thanks again, Akila. More GOOD SKN in a moment. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
An exotic experience.
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
Dreamy Decor specializes in flowers for all events, from birthdays to weddings and any other special occasion. What's a better way to express to the people you love than by providing the finest selection of beautiful flowers and gifts? So when you think of flowers, think of us, Dreamy Decor.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. It's International Day of Happiness. I'll say that again. It's International Day of Happiness. Since 2013, the United Nations has celebrated this day as a way to recognize the importance of happiness in the lives of people around the world. And indeed, it plays a very important part in our lives. So we know that everyone's version of happiness is different, and so is their path to achieving it. But in this segment, we will be reviewing a list of habits outlined by Healthline. According to them, these habits will, quote, kickstart your quest, end quote, for happiness. So let's get that kick that we need right in the you-know-what to get into a happy life. And I said you-know-what, so there's no censorship.
Am I supposed to assume that's what you mean? A kick in the rear?
To the brain. You know, the jump starts. Everything starts in the mind, Cortesia.
Look at me being set up here, y'all.
Everything starts in the mind.
All right.
All right?
All right.
All right, so exercise. Exercise isn't just for your body. Regular exercise can help reduce stress and feelings of anxiety while boosting self-esteem and happiness. Even a small amount of physical activity can make a difference. So you get the benefits of exercise. You have limited stress, or at least you block it out for a while as you're exercising.
Yeah.
You're focusing on a different kind of stress, which is a physical stress. It's like, when will this be over?
Push. Exactly.
Sometimes, not every time. But it's definitely a way to boost self-esteem, I gather, because you're feeling like you're accomplishing those little goals. Maybe today you ran, I don't know, a mile on the treadmill. Tomorrow you'll go 1.2. Yeah. And you'll feel like you're accomplishing something. So keep working at it. Maybe your goal is to do 5 by the end of the week. Getting there, right?
But do you realize how everything in life is about self-esteem?
Of course.
That's such a big thing that we really don't, well, we pay attention to it when it's in front of our faces, but that's something we don't pay attention to for everyone, in terms of, whether we're not everybody's keeper, but self-esteem really plays a big role in life.
It doesn't. To be honest with you, there are times when I'm sure that, although we can't necessarily put our finger on what it is about a person, we can pinpoint certain things about them that indicates that they have, you know, a high impression of themselves, good self-esteem versus low self-esteem, high self-esteem, low self-esteem, etc. Yeah. That's what it is. So you know what? Go exercise. Go boost that self-esteem.
Boost it and get some.
Be a great way to kickstart your quest for happiness.
Yeah, for happiness. Yeah. So sleep. Most adults need at least 7 hours of sleep every night. I take sleep anytime I can get sleep. Yes, I'm a sleeper. I'm a sleepaholic. So adequate sleep is vital to good health, brain function, and emotional well-being. And we know that because if I feel overwhelmed and I don't sleep, you don't want to see the next side of me. Yeah. And that's why I don't like when I'm sleeping that I get woken. When I'm sleeping, do not wake me up unless something's on fire. And when I'm sleeping and my room's dark out, do not turn on the light. It frustrates me. And I get, So sleep is important to me.
It's a good thing that we were never roommates, nor will we ever be.
See, you like to turn on the light on people.
I am so teasing you because I figure there's one roommate in particular we're talking.
My sister knew not to turn on the light on me when we were roommates in Antigua. No, they knew not to wake me up because I'm a monster. I'm like that little, the cartoon with the little square man that makes the ugly face. I'm like him. No, when I'm sleeping, no. Let me rest so I can come back happy-go-lucky Cortesia.
You know when I need sleep a lot? Well, I need sleep all the time, but when I really appreciate sleep, it's when I have those deadlines looming and I think I need to stay up to get it done and I go, oh, no, I'm going to sleep. And then my mind, our minds just keep working on the problems that we were looking at just before we went to bed. And so it works. Get sleep, right?
Get sleep, yeah. But I don't like that our minds work on the problem and it's not shutting down, because sometimes you're fighting to sleep, but you're still thinking, deadline. I'm that way. I don't know if you're the same.
No, I go to sleep. I've taken exams and I'm like, I really need to read this, and then I go, I need to sleep because I won't be able to function tomorrow, so let me sleep.
Oh, wow. Okay, I'm going to work on that when I do my next exam, whenever in life. Yeah. So we said exercise and we said sleep. Get the muscles while you sleep. Aww.
Well, here's another way to kickstart your mind to happiness. Practice gratitude. Simply being grateful can give your mood a big boost. You can try starting each day by acknowledging one thing you're grateful for. And as you go about your day, consider keeping an eye out for pleasant things in your life. Definitely so, and not necessarily in your life only, but look for those moments when you see other people being kind to other people, right? Not necessarily you either. And it's just that warm and fuzzy feeling. Like the other day, I was in a supermarket, and there was this a young lady who was ahead of me, and she's like, "Do you want to go ahead?" I thought, wow, thank you. She says, yeah, please, you only have one thing. Please go. So thank you very much. I appreciate that. You've got an honorable mention. Sorry I didn't get your name. But I appreciate what you did. And then it made me, I said to her, actually, I said, you know what? So I'm going to pass it on. What you did for me, I'm going to make sure I'm doing it to the next person that I meet. And those things happen as well, almost like a chain reaction.
I always try to do little things for people every day, no matter where I go. Because as I said, I like seeing people happy. There's no sense in making people feel like they're not worth it or keeping them in the pit that they're in, because sometimes you never know. You can lift somebody's spirit and keep a smile on their face. So any little thing I can do, even with my little jokes that I leave at the end of the show, it's just for you to laugh, because I just want you to laugh and have a good day. So yeah, even if it makes me look like a clown, it's just to make you laugh. That's all.
Do we have a red nose? Anybody? I'm just
kidding.
I'm kidding.
I'm born with a big nose.
Kidding. I'm kidding.
Y'all, anybody would tell you my family, that's the clown right there. That's the clown. And it's just because I love seeing human beings happy. Love. Even if I don't feel it, I make sure somebody else feel it. Because it makes no sense spreading the gloom.
We have enough of that.
Yeah, exactly. We got enough problems. See friends. Yes, not in the sea. We don't want to see you and the friends. We want to see our friends, because right now we don't even see our friends. Well, I don't know. I don't got no FaceTime. I don't got no. So I need to see my friends. Yeah, and I don't need to be talking to you all the time on the phone. So I like it when we see each other, like we're in a big circle and we cackling, and love to see you guys. I love it. So let's go. So humans are largely considered social beings, and the consensus is that having social relationships can increase our feeling of happiness. So reach out to your loved ones to schedule a time to get together, not on the phone, but physically. Or simply have a... See?
Exactly, Cortez. You can do both.
I want to get together. No.
You can do one or the other, or both.
The phone has become our lives. I want to physically get together.
That's you. Sometimes it's not possible. So.
Okay, but let's make it possible.
Sometimes it's not possible.
But no. See, like my cousin in the UK, we gotta do WhatsApp call all the time, video.
Precisely, because you're not in the same place. What? Exactly, so it's not possible for everybody.
If my friends are here, I don't want to do that. I want them to come out, find time, run away for 10 minutes even. Let's have fun.
Okay.
Yeah, just come get a drink and go back. That's all. Yeah. All right.
Get a drink and go back.
I knew he was going to pick up on that one. I was waiting for his rebuttal.
Hibiscus spirits. Anyway, ditch your phone. This is the next one. All right, ditch your phone. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check the episode. Check the episode, all right? There were two. So this is another way you can be happy. Ditch your phone. My phone? That lifeline? In any event, you might be surprised at the difference unplugging can make. Put away your phone and let your mind wander free for a change. With this time, you can read, take a walk, be sociable, or be alone. Just take some time away from your phone. Imagine that you've got to pry the phone out of our hands now because we're so glued to it.
I admitted to that. I got to throw the phone down. I literally dash my phone, like dash it. So if one of these days it breaks, oh well. Yeah.
Okay, I think that at some point somebody's going to create an embedded phone. It's gonna be fine.
You know,
I'm gonna take it with it.
Have you seen it on any of those There's something that was on Netflix, and the girl's phone is ringing, and her parents asked her, "Where's the phone?" And she said, "It's right here." In her fingers, it lit up, and like.
Well, it solves the problem, doesn't it?
No, I don't want that kind of phone. I don't want that.
No, but remember.
So then I'll definitely won't have a phone.
My mind is geared towards futuristic thinking. I appreciate how technology solves problems, so we keep losing our phones. What better way not to lose your phone than to have it embedded? In any event, we're talking about being happy. Some of you will be happy that you don't have to keep buying phones, right?
Guys, one time I mashed up my phone because it was stressing me out, and somebody was talking to me.
Hey, that's not making you happy. We're talking about happiness.
It made me happy because I didn't have a phone and I was good. I
that's what made you happy.
Turned the phone over and smashed it face first into the ground. I wish I kept it as a souvenir, but I eventually threw it away. I literally mashed up my phone. I didn't care that I didn't have a phone. Literally. Is that angry? No, I just messed it up. I don't know. Yeah. Okay, let's get back to this. So I'm going to get into nature. So spend 30 minutes or more a week in green spaces to appreciate and enjoy nature and fresh air. It can help greatly to uplift your mood.
Can I say it? I really need to say this, guys.
Say it, please.
Yeah, I used to spend about 10 hours in green spaces every week from Monday to Friday.
Green spaces. I don't get it. I'm like,
Hey, come on.
10 hours at school?
Pretend to.
What's green spaces? I don't know.
I wasn't outside. You're having a blonde moment?
Yeah.
No, it's not a blonde moment.
I
love blondes. Don't.
Green spaces? Okay. You know what I mean?
It's called a green screen, Cretensi. Since you want me to spell out for you.
Oh, yes, please
green
do.
spaces.
Because I'm like, what green spaces are you talking about? Because I'm checking that our green screen moves. And I'm like, where's the green screen?
You see, I didn't want to say it, but I had to say it anyway because you.
Sorry, I'm sorry that I made Jamie say it, but.
Yeah, it's all you. I'm going to blame you for it. I'm kidding.
You could say it was crashed. You could say you were helping somebody.
I'm going to make you accountable for my words. How's that? That's great, right? Yeah.
Ooh, once it doesn't entail jail time, I'm good. All right, so are we going to take some time to reflect? So try setting aside some time to catch up with yourself the way you would with an old friend and to reflect and take inventory of your life. And Akilo just told us something like that. So we have to check to see where we are.
Yeah.
Are we progressing? And if we have a coach, check in with the coach or the coach will check in with us.
Well, that's true as well. Definitely so.
How often do I do that? Every day. I remember when I was in my teen years, I used to think about running away a lot. And I would have a 5-year plan that I'm going to run away in the next 5 years, but I don't think I ever got the opportunity to run away. Yeah. And then sometimes in my adult life, I used to say I want to run away again. But it's just, yeah. My life is just about running away. I don't know where I'm running to. But
I don't know either.
Running away. That's why I said, I would like to go on an island for like 1 week with just a cook that I only see when I want to see the cook, a masseuse that I only see when I want to see the masseuse, and I just need a hotel that is just Hortensia alone. So guys, I'm still thinking about running away. Yeah.
Well, how about planning a trip? With an ever hectic schedule, sometimes it's easy to forget to schedule something else that's crucial to your well-being, like time off. So you can reap many benefits by planning a trip, whether it's close to home or somewhere further away.
Like I just said.
You can plan a trip, but then you have to take the trip. So not only do you plan the trip, but you actually take the trip. That's important.
Then I'm going on my own. Yeah.
Or you don't even need to plan. You just get up one day and be like, hey,
go back.
First flight. Where is it going to?
But then what if I get to that country and I don't have, some countries you have to have like an invite, especially those ones that don't require a visa, and be like, why are you? What are you bringing? The first thing they're gonna think I'm a mule. No, I don't have 4 feet, but no, I mean, that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Here's what you do. You take a map out, you roll it, and then you just kind of spin a coin on it. Wherever it lands, that's where you go.
Once it isn't to the ice cream country. Oh gosh.
I'm not going to ask why not.
Don't, because I can't say. So let go of grudges. This can often be easier said than done, but remembering that you are not necessarily doing it for another person may help you be more open to beginning the process. And that's what is said. When you forgive persons or people, it is not for them, it's for you to let go of whatever the underlying cause is. Because there's this joke as wives, when our husbands do something, we keep a mental filing cabinet. So thank God, y'all, I don't remember stuff. Like, I literally forget stuff, although I want my brain to be better at that I can never go back in my mental cabinet from last week and said, you had said this, because I forget. But yeah, so even in Jamie like a sick sentence, you're the only person that brings this up, But even in those relationships, it's just, you have to let go of it. You have to let go of it. Yeah, in that aspect. Even in your friendships, because sometimes we fall out forever for what? Just let it go. We have to be like Elsa and let it go. Yeah. Let it not matter to you anyway. Yeah.
I can see they're really happy today, honestly. Wow. All right.
I'm being bright. I was admonished to be bright, so yeah.
All right. And accept the unhappy times. A positive attitude is generally a good thing, but bad things happen to everyone. And it's just part of life. So if you make a mistake or just feel like you're in a funk, don't try to pretend you're happy. Acknowledge the feeling of unhappiness, letting yourself experience it for a moment. Then shift your focus, and this is the important part. Shift afterwards. Shift your focus towards what made you feel this way and what it might take to recover. So you go through it, you experience feelings, and then you shift. And of course, as I said, you kickstart that process in the mind before you go anywhere else, right?
Yeah. Oh wow. So yeah, you have to shift. You must shift. You like sometimes when things happen to me, I'll be like, is it really my fault? Like I talk to the Lord, or I talk to myself, but technically I'm talking to the Lord. I'm like, is it really my fault that that thing happened, or is it because of that they're trying to make me feel like it's my fault? Yeah.
And you get the message that says, just smile, be happy. Hey, don't worry. All right.
Be happy and stay tuned. We will be right back.
大家好，我是陈琦，早安 SKN。
Dreamy Decor specializes in flowers for all events, from birthdays to weddings and any other special occasion. What's a better way to express to the people you love than by providing the finest selection of beautiful flowers and gifts? So when you think of flowers, think of us, Dreamy Decor.
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom. No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
Yeah.
An exotic experience.
Pongyo, 大家好. Greetings, my lovely people. I'm Chantel, residing in Taiwan. 12 hours time difference. It's nighttime here, morning time in SK. I'm busy and on the go. However, I always manage to keep up to date with what's happening in SK. All thanks to Good Morning SKN. Good morning SKN. Ciao, bango.
Good morning. Good morning. This is Karen of Paris and support from Paris, Vermont. I will want to encourage y'all to sign on to Good Morning SKN every morning from 8 to 10 at Studio 327. Thanks.
In 1997, Don Miguel Ruiz wrote a book called Four Agreements, a practical guide to personal freedom. Ruiz's four arrangements are ones you make with yourself. He believes if you can do these four things, you will live a powerful, authentic, balanced life. This morning, we will be looking at the first agreement, and quote, be impeccable with your word. So, Jamie, have you read this book before?
No, I have never read this book.
Me neither.
I suppose I might attempt to read some excerpts after this, but hey.
And, well, right now we have to decipher what he is saying. So be impeccable with your word. What do you get from that? So we have to be true to our word? We have to stick to our word? That's
Basically.
what I'm getting.
Basically, that's it. Because your word is your word. Your word is your honor.
So what if I'm unimpeccable?
Then you just are. And your word means nothing. That's it.
Wow. Wow.
See, and then all sorts of disasters start to happen after that. That's really what it is, you know. It's just...
I like how you tied things in.
Well, that's the truth, isn't it?
Yeah, you gotta stick to your word, guys. So be impeccable with your word.
There it is. Speak with integrity.
Yeah, say only what you mean. Avoid using the word to speak against yourself or to gossip about others. Use the power of your word in the direction of truth and love. So, quote from Don Miguel Ruiz.
I love the way that word is capitalized. If we may, can I see that? Well, I actually have it, so it's fine. I love the way that it's capitalized. Word is capitalized because it gives it relative importance to what else is going on. So say only what you mean. Avoid using the word to speak against yourself. And that's a very important one because I think a lot of us tend to think that when we're using words in a negative way, we're not necessarily directing those words to ourselves, or at least we're not acknowledging that we're speaking negatively to ourselves. We probably just limit it to gossip about others, you know, but that's a good one. What do you say about yourself? What do you say to yourself? How do you see yourself? How do you speak to yourself when no one is around? You know, those sorts of things.
Correct is right.
It's powerful.
Now I'm here thinking, even sometimes the joke we make about ourselves, like, maybe some of it is not all good. So we really have to be mindful what we say about ourselves. And sometimes people tell us things about ourselves, and we eventually begin to believe what they say about us. So we really have to not use words at people, even if you're joking or if you're not joking. Because a joke is a joke at times, but sometimes people use the same thing over and over at you, and then you just become mindful and you be like, okay, so this is what they really think of me, or this is what it is. And you sometimes internalize it because you don't want to speak about it, and then it festers and it becomes a bad thing. Or, as we were discussing the other day, school truancy, use a green plant, and then we just see you and say a green plant, and we don't know how the saying green plant is gonna, or calling you green plant is gonna affect you. So we really have to be mindful, because we can make people unhappy, and of course we won't be spreading love or truth. Yeah.
It just means that I'm planted firmly.
We're keeping it green, you realize, right?
I'm being positive here. Hey, I've got enough chlorophyll.
Yep,
there you
enough chlorophyll.
All right.
And shiny.
So avoid speaking negatively. We talked about that, definitely. That's one aspect of being impeccable with your word. Say only what you mean. So if you don't mean, well, we say it the other way. Say what you mean what you say.
Yeah.
Same thing, right? Because
basically,
if some people don't say what they mean,
then
they're influenced by, you know, circumstances, surroundings, want to impress somebody, whatever. It's not truthful. It's not being impeccable, is it?
Yeah, it isn't. And as you say, when you don't say what you mean, people don't know how to react to you. So you gotta speak up for yourself. You gotta say what you mean and stick to it, even if it's gonna get you dumped in the pits. Yeah.
Maybe not. I've watched too many movies like that. So yeah. And those
Vision in Joseph.
I think you have a pass, right? Yeah. Yeah. All right. So he continues, and he has a very interesting quotation, and he writes, and this is a quote: "It is through your word that you manifest everything, regardless of what language you speak. Your intent manifests through the word. Your word is the power you have to express and communicate, to think, and thereby to create the events in your life." Word is a seed, isn't it?
It is.
And what it blossoms into or decays into is a manifestation of that word itself. Interesting.
As we would have said earlier, and Akilo would have said earlier, if you don't stay on the positive path, then you'll end up derailing. So if you don't follow through with what you were meant to do, or if you don't revisit and then come back again, then you're gonna be in problems. And as I said, sometimes people tell you things about yourself. Like if somebody keeps calling you stupid, eventually you're gonna believe that you're stupid, right? Because that's all you hear.
No, you just get a mirror, and when they do it, you just put it up in front of your face. How it works.
So am I putting a mirror in front of my face, or am I putting a mirror in front of their face?
You're putting the mirror, the back of the mirror will be towards your face.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
No, that's
making sure.
Hello, does that not work? I mean,
because people do project what they feel on you,
that's
right?
just the point, and that's another way of getting that message across. Because if that's the case, you know.
So now I gotta buy a mirror.
It takes one to know one. We used to say those sorts of things. That's being impeccable with your word. But also, people judge you from the point at which they stand. So they're judging you from a perspective which they have.
Yeah, exactly. Or the negative gossip that they heard, because they don't really know the people. And the same thing we were saying, like me hating you before I even meet you, because somebody say, "Oh, don't bother with he's a green screen." Like, why?
I don't mind being a green screen, and thank you for not bothering with me, because it's less energy in my day. Honestly, I'm like,
why would we tell people stuff like that and we didn't allow the person to get to know you?
I don't know.
As we said, like the gossiping factor, like y'all, school children ain't saying that. Don't even follow school children. It ain't even worth it.
Why? They're bright, you know.
They're supposed to be.
At a certain level. just...
They're supposed to be, but
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I know. That's what I'm saying. They're supposed to be, but doing what they're doing doesn't make it right, or it doesn't even make it right. Dull as ever.
Well, you know, it's easy. You don't need to be accountable for what you say. You don't need to be impeccable with your word, because you're going to attribute it to somebody else.
Anyways.
Yeah, none of that works here. Not according to the way that we've dissected Don Miguel Ruiz's book.
But speak good of yourself. Don't speak ill of yourself, and try your best to speak good or great or excellent things about each other. Lift each other up. Y'all, we're living in a dire world. At least on a daily, we could try to make our lives and other lives better by doing what is correct. Albeit, it's hard. Gossiping is sweet. I'm just saying, it's the truth. TheTruth.com. The truth shall always set you free. You know, I have my confession moment.
Oh, I see.
School children is sweet on days, isn't it?
All right. Sugar is sweet.
But it's not good for you.
Gossip. Well, sugar can also lead to other illnesses, right? So
exactly. You see?
Gossip too, right? In a way. If you look at the parallels, it's not necessarily...
That great church.
Physical.
That's on Independence Square. The one that's at the end, not the one that is by ICCS. It gets you there sometimes. So yeah, I call it the church.
Oh,
the courthouse.
Oh, that?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's what you mean.
It can get you there
I was
sometimes.
Like, great church? Are we talking about the cemetery? I don't know.
No, that's why I said not the one by ICCS.
Like, okay.
The one on the end. I call it the great church, because you know that's where the judgment happens.
97% of the people never end up there, so it's fine. for that anyway. They never end up there. It's just
Don't
about.
end up there, y'all. Don't end up there. Inward.
All right. With that said, are we loose enough for you?
I hope you are. You should
All right.
remember to be kind today.
Yeah, definitely so. We'll be back in a moment, everyone. Stay tuned.
Yo, what up? It's your boy N Richie right here at Studio 327. I'm here to give you the promo that you guys need because this is something special for St. Kitts. I'm telling you, tune in to Good Morning SKN, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on YouTube, Facebook, and on Moment Channel 4. Also, I realize nobody else is doing this. Follow the Good Morning SKN Instagram at Good Morning SKN and the Studio 327 Inc. Instagram. Follow us on YouTube and Facebook. This is pretty long, but follow us and yeah.
Cheers.
An exotic experience.
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
Dreamy Decor specializes in flowers for all events. from birthdays to weddings and any other special occasion. What's a better way to express to the people you love than by providing the finest selection of beautiful flowers and gifts? So when you think of flowers, think of us, Dreamy Decor.
Good morning, SKN and Studio 327. This is Tal Batiste, one of your biggest fans. Just you're doing a lot of things well. Keep on that trajectory. Greatness, greatness, greatness.
Yo, this is your boy Smiley of the Grandmasters Band, and you're watching GMSKN. Hey, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, just make sure you're watching GMSKN. What up?
Good morning, SKN. Wagwan. Yo, it's Bensley had coming to you live from Jamaica. You see it already. See me, I say Caribbean people stand up and I love this. This show is very important. You understand me? Yeah, man. Studio 327. Bensley, it's a big up. See me, I say. I'm the whole innocent crew. Yeah, man. More love.
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
Alliance Front says the St. Kitts and Nevis will be hosting a Francophone treasure hunt this coming Saturday, March 25th. Here to enlighten us on this event is Anna Lehman, who is a volunteer at the organization. Welcome, Anna, to Good Morning SKN.
You're welcome.
All right, so let's talk about the background details on Francophonie Month. What is the intention of Francophonie Month?
Okay, so Francophonie Month is a month dedicated to the celebration of French and the around. And the highlights the 20th. So actually today. Yes, exactly. Because it's International Francophonie Day.
So today is International Francophonie Day, and that's the highlight of the month. Awesome.
Right. So give us a little insight on the theme for this month's activities?
Yes, so this year's theme of International Francophonie Day is 321 billion francophones and millions of cultural resources.
Okay.
And so the aim of this year's theme is really to enlighten the diversity of all different cultures and their really big number. And so the treasure hunt will also try to stay in this theme because it's directed around the diversity of different cultures and how to get access, like in St. Kitts, to these cultural resources.
Okay.
Okay, so now I want to talk about the format of the treasure hunt because you've told me about the inspiration for the treasure hunt. So let's talk about the format.
Okay, so it will take place within the area around the Alliance Française. And so the participants will have to go to different stops. And at these stops, they will find QR codes that would lead them to internet pages. And on these internet pages, they'll have the questions they'll have to answer and a link to different online cultural resources where they'll have to find the answer to these questions.
Mm.
Wow, this is all very interesting.
Yeah. Why is it... Okay, I would like to think that France colonized most of the countries that speak French, right?
Yes.
That's true?
Exactly.
So why does it differ still? Shouldn't the culture be the same? Because sometimes I hear French, and the accent that I would hear a person in Paris speak French with, somebody in Guadeloupe doesn't speak French with that same accent.
Can you repeat the question, please?
Why the difference is if it was one big country that colonized the other ones?
Basically, all the other countries, they reappropriated the French language and got to actually mix their own culture within the language.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's called cultural syncretism, I think. Yeah. So they'll give their own insight.
Okay, fair enough. And the amount of participants, why just 3 or 4?
Because we didn't want to create a chaotic treasure hunt. We wanted to make it easy for the participants to answer and to walk together in the streets.
Okay.
Since it will take place exactly on the streets,
okay.
We have to be quite careful with what happens with cars and everything.
So the short answer is because you're smart. That's the short answer. All right, let's talk about the prices.
Yes, so the price is 40 EC dollars per team of 3 to 4 participants. So the aim is also to make people come at number 4. We want more participants.
Okay.
Gotcha. And what do they win?
Okay, so most of the prizes are actually linked to the places where to the stops of the treasure hunt. So we can't really talk a lot about it.
Okay.
But I know that you can win a box of 6 cupcakes.
Okay.
And other prizes.
A trip to Paris, maybe?
That are quite
anyway,
nice.
You said you can't talk about it.
I don't think we have our own version of the Eiffel Tower. Exactly.
But it's prizes that were given by the businesses where the participants will stop.
Okay, no problem at all.
And partnership is important, isn't it?
Yeah. It's what financed most of the treasure hunts.
Okay, nice. So let's talk about the application process.
Yes, so we created an online form where participants can apply by team. So there is one team leader that will give its name and its references, everything. And so they will apply with this form. And this form will also give a link to pay online.
Okay.
You can find the link to the form on our Facebook page.
I love how technical you're being, technologically savvy you're being. I'm hearing QR codes, I'm hearing pay online.
Everything's online.
All right, go ahead. We'll be back in a moment with Anna Lehman. Stay tuned.
exotic experience.
Yo, what up? It's your boy and Richie right here at Studio 327. I'm here to give you the promo that you guys need because this is something special for St. Kitts. I'm telling you, tune in to Good Morning SKN, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on YouTube, Facebook, and on Moen Channel 4. Also, I realize nobody else is doing this. Follow the Good Morning SKN Instagram at Good Morning SKN and the Studio 327 Inc. Instagram. Follow us on YouTube and Facebook. This is pretty long, but follow us and yeah.
Yo, this is your boy Smiley of the Grandmasters Band and you're watching GMSKN. Hey, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, just make sure you're watching GMSKN. What up?
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN as we continue this engaging discussion with Anna Lehman, volunteer at the Alliance Française de St. Kitts and Nevis. So Anna, how long have you been a volunteer at the Alliance Française?
I've been a volunteer for about a month. I arrived in St. Kitts on the 25th of February, and I've been working there since the 27th of February.
So how have you find it working in St. Kitts and at the Alliance Française?
Okay, well, St. Kitts, I really love the island.
Oh, nice.
It's like the weather is great, like the landscapes are beautiful, and people are really nice, so that's great. A lot of things to do, actually, so yeah, I'm living it pretty well.
Okay.
And my work at the Alliance, I like it quite a lot. I work on all the cultural events.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm actually in France. I'm a student in tourism and cultural heritage management.
Okay.
So this is exactly what I want to do later on.
Perfect. What about the food?
The food here?
Yeah.
Well, it's quite different than what I know. I tried a few like special things like conch, for example.
How was that? That's my favorite thing.
Well, I liked it.
Ooh,
yeah.
nice.
It looks a bit like, it tastes a bit like mussels.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the closest thing I knew from it.
Nice. Yeah.
But yeah, I liked it. A lot of seafood and
Lovely. Glad you're enjoying.
Definitely. So be sure to check out the beaches when you can.
Yeah.
All right. So why did you become a volunteer at the Alliance Française? Is it because it tied into, your curriculum?
Yes, exactly. Well, in France, we're supposed to finish our year with a 6-month internship. And so instead of my internship, I chose to volunteer 6 months.
Wow.
It was more meaningful to me.
Okay. To volunteer. All right. Nice. So tell us some of your highlights of volunteering in St. Kitts thus far.
Okay, so first of all, I guess it's meeting new people, like at the Alliance, but also like outside, because like it's just a really big village for me, like St. Kitts, like everyone just knows
everyone.
each
Yeah.
other, yeah. So I always meet people outside of the Alliance too. And I've been really like working closely with Cara, the president of the Alliance. Yeah, and so she's taught me a lot.
Nice.
I learned a lot.
Nice.
Wow. Okay. I'm curious to know about your interactions with students.
Yes.
What have they been like?
Here,
Yes.
I met most of the students during the membership renewal event that was last Saturday. They were all really nice and open. I met some French that were actually members of the Alliance, yeah. And just people like explaining to me like their life in St. Kitts and everything. So, I learned a lot about the culture here too from the students of the Alliance.
And you were saying earlier that you missed Carnival. You came a little late for that.
Yes.
But I joked with you, of course, Anna, that you're going to be here for the St. Kitts Music Festival. So that's something definitely to write home about. Right. All right. So the contact information for the Alliance Française.
The contact information?
Yes.
Yes. So we're 1 Orchid Street in Greenlands. And if you want to join us, you can call us at 669-6135. It's my own number, so I should answer.
Yes, you should.
And the deadline for the sign up for those persons who would have missed it in our previous call.
So it's Thursday evening. So Thursday evening is the last moment when people can actually sign up, because we need to talk to our sponsors about like how many people will be here and if there are any changes in the treasure house.
So Thursday evening at 6, at 7?
Yes.
6?
Probably. Yes.
Okay. Oh, so at 6 o'clock, guys, no later. All right.
It's been a pleasure meeting you, Anna.
Thank you for having me.
Definitely our pleasure. Thank you so much for coming by and sharing with us your experiences. Maybe before you return to France, maybe we can talk with you again about your experiences here on the island overall.
Yeah,
That'd be great.
Sure.
All right. Awesome. More GMSKN in a moment. Everyone stay tuned.
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
Dreamy Decor specializes in flowers for all events, from birthdays to weddings and any other special occasion. What's a better way to express to the people you love than by providing the finest selection of beautiful flowers and gifts? So when you think of flowers, think of us, Dreamy Decor.
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
各位朋友，大家好. Greetings, my lovely people. I'm Chantel, residing in Taiwan. 12 hours time difference. It's nighttime here, morning time in SK. I'm busy and on the go. However, I always manage to keep up to date with what's happening in SK. All thanks to Good Morning SKN. Good morning SKN. Ciao bango.
Good morning. This is Karen Paris and support from Paris, Vermont. I want to encourage y'all to sign on to Good Morning SKN every morning from 8 to 10 at Studio 327. Thanks.
Yeah.
An exotic experience.
Greetings, my lovely people. I'm Chantel, residing in Taiwan. 12 hours time difference. It's nighttime here, morning time in SK. I'm busy and on the go. However, I always manage to keep up to date with what's happening in SK. All thanks to Good Morning SKN. Good morning SKN. Ciao bango.
GMSKN Nation, sorry about that. My co-host threw me off. Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. It is that time to let you know what is
Don't believe her. I did no such thing. That did not happen.
Listen, I told him he's going to make me laugh into the intro, you know. So for our first What's Happening, calling all creatives, including you, as you were admonished to be called. Yes, the Department of Creative Economy is gearing up for its official launch, and they are hosting Creatives Connect to hear from you. So representatives from the Department of Creative Economy have been journeying throughout the island since the 14th of March. Have you seen them yet? Have you visited them? Have you had your chat with them? They have already visited the New Town, the McKnight, the Village, the Old Road, the Sandy Point, and today they are headed to the St. Paul's Community Center. So if you're in St. Paul's, guys, go out, be heard, put your 2 cents in so that you can see it come out as 4. Yes, so the agenda includes, Jimmy's making me laugh. The agenda includes the think tank. So each creative will be given a sheet to express their ideas for the department one-on-one consult. Then there will be the one-on-one consult. Creatives will get a chance to consult with a member of staff to share their ideas and concerns, opening remarks from the minister or a permanent secretary. The open floor where creatives will be able to share their concepts for events, programs, and more with the department for consideration. And to top it all off, yes, this is the cake topper, like the dolly on top or the group bride and the groom on top. The event will end with a mixer to allow creatives in attendance to network and engage with each other. Remember, and food will be there too. Remember when Marcy was here, she said you'll have little eat, so you gotta go out. So go out to the St. Paul's Community Center from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. for the Department of Creatives Economies Creative Connect. For more information, you can contact them on 467-1539 or 467-3116 or 662-8239.
Well, welcome to What's Happening on Steroids. We're moving on. 2 cents coming out as 4. I love that. All right, the Department of Youth will be hosting a hiking adventure on March 25th. That's this Saturday. Transportation will be provided and pickup begins at the Cable Building at 5:30 a.m. sharp. The hike will begin at Stone Fort Community Center at 6 a.m. To register, visit the Youth Department office on the 3rd floor of the Cable Building before the 25th of March. The registration fee is just $10 per person, and you're encouraged to go out and join the Department of Youth on their hike adventure to the Bloody River. If you need more information, you are invited to contact 467-1393. 467-1393.
Why we couldn't say the Bloody Point? Because if you were British, right? The Bloody River.
Oh, that's how it sounds.
Yes, that's exactly how it sounds. My mind. So 5:30 sharp, guys. Don't make it 6, or else they'll be on the hike and you'll be left there. So the iFlamboyant is back. Yes, they are back and at it again, and they will be hosting their annual fashion show. That's next month, so you got a few weeks to prepare. It will be held at the St. Kitts Marriott and Royal Casino on the 2nd of April 2023 from 5 p.m. until. Tickets are now available for purchase at the following establishments: Dale Original Art and Style, Corks and Screws, Harper's, SKN Body Piercing, and Swag and Sway. So tickets are a mere $150 EC and $170 at the door. So don't miss out on your opportunity to save $20. That's a lunch, guys. So buy your tickets early. So purchase your tickets now for the upcoming iFlamboyant Fashion Show. Yeah.
Well, you know, that brings an end to what's happening for today, and it signals the end of our time with you here. But we want to thank you for joining us today, as we do every day, inviting you as well to tune in daily to find a little bit of everything for yourself, things that you like, things that you know other people like, and hopefully getting us to that goal of reaching everyone everywhere, no matter where they are. They're everywhere, right? Maybe Mars too, I don't know. Hey. Check satellite. I know we're in St. Martin. We're getting close. We're in Trinidad and Tobago. We're getting close. Anyway, remember to follow us on our social media platforms, including Facebook and YouTube at Studio 327 Inc. Very easy. We're also on Instagram at Good Morning SKN. That's the name of the show. You can't get that wrong if you forget anything else. So like, subscribe, follow, and share, and check out our website at, again, this is so difficult, isn't it? Studio327inc.com. Studio327inc.com to learn more about GMSKN and Studio 327.
Yeah, leave us a comment, guys, and let us know what was your favorite part of today's show. We started Monday on a high. It was coined, well, I will coin it Motivational Monday, Happiness Monday. It was just everything Monday. It was a great Monday, wasn't it?
It was a manic Monday. I wish it was Sunday.
So guys, see you tomorrow, Tuesday at 8 a.m. when you will wake up, stretch, grab your coffee, turn on your devices, and start your morning with us, even if you have to sneak in a little bit at work. Right here at Good Morning SKN. Thank you for watching. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Continue to subscribe, guys. I look at the numbers every day. I could cry. Thank you so much. Yeah, have a great day. Spread some happiness. Share some love. Bye.